Oh, okay. So yemo bibi akwaba na yemfounder yem platform we eso. Asani Tanoh a political analyst. Sansona Awal Mohammed one of NPP communicators omo ekasapa na I've always been saying that this guy Awal ni posts on social media, especially Facebook, ayana sometimes it is irritating and it causes a lot of stir because ayana ultimate and sembi aya okeka allegations bi oma chese enema bi eni kwan sen ko kakra na wa publish in person no me hu ni say oyobi a oye ompe ndi si asem ono no ehyenadwi mu se do me be di president a omo beye no minister until he is doing whatever that he can na wabeye. But you know, so if you are Ghana a lot of people have been enlightened what you say omoni be entino as to so about TV, so radio, so any other social media platforms are obe make jandam no right from there no be ayeden akeli jandam yenti ensem we efa WASSCE a failed student and acquire the top conversation on the social media space will be a children adwin ewo ho enti mesro say we be like na wa share na foforo enye bia hwe abusia fo fa nche me ene me backing vocalist minim mianka so nkasa kwa na okasa enti de che wadwe o comment section yenti ensem no bia ko bai beto aso
no
no ejina so na no dia na apple man ase dia no dia na me dawase me nchie tefo na me nchia woni production team na me nua ya wonso me nchia no na me nua bia asembi wo ma no ya mpesa nka me kansa na me de topic me de adesre de famo afiri so ama yen ma menom yen ajanom yen nuanom ne yen manom a wotongade
okay
say yes rewon bibre especially on eton dokuno ne kokonte ene fufu e wokuro ma houseless to bidi office photo bidi ko dokuno mo ne ade na nye woli the houseless de koto
okay
asebini nyina ne say yen nyina ye wa ha na ehu say buru kotoku ekodu 1002 ne 1005 nyame adom eburu kotoku na ba 350 ne 400 Ghana yes rewon we dey inside yensa yem ma bena omonso a mo bodoku no yenka so omontete bonoso wo the 5 cities na ombeto na we increase size ne kakara asem ne etieti a se obi a ye ka se dollar ba na ye ka gutafu asem se ye ka gutafu asem ne ja fom wona ordinary person no enye mate fu ni ade ye koyi o ha no didi se kokunte ni mutwa no 5 a se ya aba fom sak na aba fom dia isremo increase size ne ma mrante kakra okrom ugbori hu akodi fufu a fufu obetwa ma wo 20 Ghana don't you say answer it we dey at the serena me de fafiri so say yes dollar aba fom ne prep aboso kanfo gutafo no ngeka mus want one e ma so e ma yenim say ada omomoton electrical appliances bebre reduce o mo ne ma reflected the system it yes rem ye ma menom from 1000 to an 1000 about 400 emi the dokono for wo increase one size no o the 5 now to so na be how and 3 cities now to so na be how increase size no no wo ye no wo ya ye be ba betena abo nga baso na ya mo customers ti be da se efe na no sare mo yen ay jase hene o de interfere gumenum no atu mo gumenum se be betoma ama ayi tutu yakwapem yen mankra do afim yes na ya wadade asi do to so ebien na na eto so o friend yaw da be na mpainofo ebeyi no yaw da kopem ne memene da ayebesi na yikese no nti yede to adofo nyina anim so wo mra meta yen achi na asamato yeni na wo awodofo bada de nim pesi ne ma me afrim bada de ma me afrim Sunday ko me ne nyina akọ ayi Saturday no wa manase nti yefi wona yebedu na asema esi we chinin nti ye man shedding
na nisu ata no nka wa
na nisu ata no eyi de ba no wadi su ayo tototototo te wonga we ni mo na ya won frɛ no man hyɛden and I say oimia ya asemo asema eda ye ngani mpirimpirin ye ye ngofra okoye okotro WASSCE ebua na result aba no ade a em say abonyenyen wonga wonye mbehyehyɛ won yem hyehyɛ won wonga wodi awere wodi wonga wusu esu na won biri nso ya won ani agye nso ani agye na ade a yaw pa wo wiase de sɛ obɛsɛ wo mmere nyinaa esua de na final day a wo yɛ nsɔhwɛ wie na o result ba no we feel dibda onipa bi o wasase su bi ebe de yaw obedi yaw result is started by many nipa be basa edi nkita wo school fo ni bi oba ku feel ni nyina on the ose ni nyina text message wo me phone me say
10 is subject to
now you say either o feel ni nyina
wow
I will tell I think 8 or so o feel ni nyina asema ka kire ose me feel ni nyina anka oba ku nso e ka kire me say o feel too na fiti saa ne drona Sunday na akopim ne Monday no be 12 to 1 no need here fairly too na say integrated science and mathematics mo friend call maths good enti we do mo ya oba ko nso de wan fairly bi kura dem mo ni 2 eyi ewo mo no ye E8 o say mo friend there no eno say you pass e na ho de beko because credit and eno no so de bebom enti e difficult to say obetumi de ewura ba bia so de wura na if you fan ya ba bedu sabre say u feel say you be prepare well you fail to execute it so said yet no yewo yen Ghana education service yen ankasa yen politicians ni bi deliberately adangano amanyosem adisuano nankasa yesuya wo mengi mono young politicians ni bi for convenience sake and for political expedience inti ya dangano amanyosem inti the right thing the wo ensi ye no ne ma pa wo ensi adamonga isi yetu na ma yanga asumdwe na ye nyampuntu no that watching ade me yaw na se mere bi menya menim yaw se obehu dia ya na waka me emere bi na ready bi won Ghanaian Times mu na report no say World Bank e dey buy and say in 15 to 17 years coming no it was about 5 years 6 years ago ya hwani ya mofra ye be produce won wo manyi mu no wo be empty
omo wi school so na hwe ni
omo wontim and you betina seni aka no kwara me I interact with people we will group be a me lady and sometimes I lead them and maybe some questions and the sometimes no near film bano who to make the old say but this person the standard no I say broso when we interact with them in public places we know you has obekaya 2023 Ghana Law School SRK mass eyifobi SRK won say one standard me low UG law student be 20 they sack them they failed to meet that GPA you know they couldn't meet
academic performance
they couldn't and na nyama we nyina wo sometimes me ebuye ni eguso na ye hwe
na no busa panyi hwan ya sede
eno na me guso be say politicians ye ntumi nyi emfim
okay
me fe ye wi ya ba wo foso na politicians ne ya de ayo mani meka na maka because me nua NPP ni so na won ye me ka sempe na ma kire be bi efi o kai say ye wunya mampani the former president of the Republic of Ghana it be be na no ka kire say you are my graduates go and write these exams and shame and shame the naysayers in this country.
That's not naysayers necessary.
Naysayers necessary any review. Naysayers na say mo carry
review on
free SHS. Finish. And we could do ya me you say free SHS in the Kurano. Who will make us one review biano? You mean cancellation? So you can, that was the interpretation. It got to a point where a parent you don't even have access to your own child in school.
How?
PTA was disbanded. They have no say. They have no
access to ways that there are visiting days.
No, the visiting days in there. You see, a woman visiting days war.
Maybe we need access to contribute to a year what is going on
academic performance and the school improvement in the other. Here, my mama was example. Say, COVID by my Nkofukura course work of our woman was school. Woman him.
I was happening once and on a day in a way panic eba because schools a lot of them letters by say parents and come akuma and to omoyem no munya such issues be almost so more than the measures they put in place because a banner sana say I will for no mudi hu kasa mokofa a banner say bema when you about school
yentia say enye school for ni nyina no awofo nyina no so kofa wo mawo no te say me bayaren no so kofa da ba enye awofo nyina na ko say munya wo ye ma no ma ye mfa ye nkofie. It wasn't like that.
But sometimes no zenipa yentia say oh no wakofa na banze then there's a possibility because there's a pandemic. Inti the first year this will be by yare nkwano so kwade ene mama so mama kofa me de no so ankwanko yare. Maybe sometimes there's a processor and guessing a parent ni being to go through once.
The process no matter what say when you watching ye. But so them say school for the through that every way. Ebi film. You see, the American in our question say it got to a point that a whole head of states. Now, I catch you say, you are my graduate. Go and pass these exams and shame the naysayers. My friend, when I was starting school, we were school for 2-3 weeks and we were here. First year, we were here and we were home for Easter break. We train kakra about 2 months or so, and we could be a month. It was school, we be a month, and now we be here better than here. Walk away and walk from 2 straight. They spent about 7 weeks in our class, and we move you on call from 2. One production now if you want to buy it, enemy. So I process in our fair mono, enemy, and the 2. Now you women say, many abia. I say, Adia, me say, Mofra would be be show mo say. School no koning and apart from everything, obi to me enya, obi bet me assistant in the final day or exams. Mofra no sa na could do timing. Me say my example. Who can say Mofra be control exams was Central Region, Western Region war. Wokwe no say apona what the ma wo no anto. Then what your man paying no krumya. Efe. Na na kono. Ade nyina na e wo manim. Apona anto won. Wo huro man paying so pa na pasa.
No man paying na ka say mo apo.
Enu na me ka kire say that is the assurance or the she wo mu.
Oh,
you see, no, anytime you can catch us on pass it. You see,
go and pass and shame the name.
And shame the who are the name sayers. Who are the name sayers?
This house said naysayers. No, I say more can say they should review.
Sir,
he said they should go and do any dubious.
I make catch you say, my friend and say no man say upon a one ma won na wo kosuya no no. Wo kwa na anto. Onipa she wo nkuran mo wo yes akutupa ni nyina no onipa ne wodi won na briwie no so they insulted the president.
No, and I know but Asana mo kai say they are insulting the president based on say wa mo ma po na anto ana
man kaza say make a Matthew unya bo awu ni nchichemu Matthew asanka bia wo no mu aso asempia waka won baabi efi mo fra ne bi won ano na asem waka ne se yakosua de maba ana ma kire ye se yensua we na beba ana ya dan ya dusua ne edi akogo so fe yakotro dan ni mama.
And they say teachers no more accused.
You see, why not top as school come out, my friend?
I buy the top of school.
Yes. I buy the top of school within 2 years. You know, no one top of school about 64 million.
The scandal that
yes.
Was it in existence?
No.
During my
no.
We didn't even have that.
No.
We look for it ourselves and all, but we
the
taxpayers' money.
Taxpayers' money. 32 million times 2.
Yes.
64 million. And the man once one could see a pass. You can't want them, no fair the teacher, no, a minister and praying or no, it to be what I said, no mercy. Same and they no be mercy. Oh, be bad, no, take you over March. Then from March, that August, when I start exams, within 5 months, you do blame that person. I need to from 3 dada. Final year dada. No March, Ghana Education Service and before they take you over, they take control.
Okay,
no March, if you want to control exams, August. 5 months. Utumi nya akukuduru o awoko campaign na won hweso nya campaign. Ko nya akukuduru because beblemu obi a will take you over. No way you with him. Nso nkofi twa ipe. Senka ayi revert to the one share ya wo yi.
Oh fire.
Backing vocalist to mo.
I was okay.
And one of
what was the eternal? Na yeah, dear, ye canina, ye kika, Funoni, Kama Dampang. Na ye patch in and say, Adia Banaya Sefim, ye can be the sorrow, but all yaw. You can imagine, say, where to me spend this kakakra. And ya show mark a credit to more with the action. I could school sometimes and also visiting days, kura, and ye man koye. But over try to do more with Mark Wakosrauba. Now, finally, Asana, if you mobile, eh? And you Ghana for Adia Bane. Now, Mama Yemfa, a chitai papa, entire Ministry of Education, GSHE. Because of Mofra, into school access to tertiary institutions, you know. Ukani Aboma over 220,000. It's not small, you. 220,000. They will not have access. Why? Because of uncrophobia negligence.
Four subjects.
Yes.
Social studies, English,
maths,
integrated science,
yes.
and then commerce.
You see?
Yeah, commerce.
Yes. These are the basic area, and also the one required. And so the way to me, my friend, feeling about 52% of you know, and we feel you.
Now, was a paying. Make I say, Uraya or Kasa, Alberto, so can be. Edra, I bet your former by no more can say. We should devoid of politics. But now we can say it's a blame game. At the end, about the done negligence and about then we will still remain at ground zero. And then at the be free more bands so moving forward, you know, it will be the same thing. At the end, na yen devoid on that. Na yen who the actual problem. Na yen solving yen ko yen.
And into the make say onipa or this hard way no na or the actual befi no the ones na buy. Dr. Duchum said that we didn't say need deputy so IAB. Reverend. We all less years no. What less years now? What passing in our their compare we. We a deputy was supervisor my friend. Akwa could do sabi few power. Now within 5 months, 6 months, 7 months, with the blame no kwa komano. Now maybe sounds yeah dia.
And can maybe some baby.
Yeah dia anko make say.
This year no. Yeah assume say nka mo fa ne pass exchange past years and nkenon say be attributed to them.
You debate attribute to them. No create to do. Oh yeah. Oh me say when me say me ba me can say be in just anyhow and speak anyhow and go. But me chere say sabi ni we no ye ya wo ye ekusi o se me yesi ya no wato aso but the same of frana up about 220,000 na aye enko universities no yes me nim say we must have access to receipt so me to me receipt here
how much you can register
yes for no omonhwe na say bibi no me to me ya abo encourage you ma we should encourage them the parents.
But I think that will be next year
no problem from 17 years up to 20 years, 21 years. And there's nothing too late in life. The only thing is that the Ministry of Education here, Haruna the year, no, and GS year, no, and also come, Masadi here to me, Abba. And the GS and Kasa the Abba said, this is the result of the true state of our education. Yes. This is the result. The true reflection of our education system.
Okay,
because one minister no catch said the integrity of the examination, no, say it to me intact. No massaging of figures. Teachers in Anka said to me about how to say, Ebima oye bold to me about. Na me say enye abange twa mo nko amereso. Eye de dada onye teachers bi to me nya akokuduru etro result. Mo friend say onya exams paper no etumi nya bi ode mamofra no apo solve questions ba won e ade a ewo ho woko e tertiary institutions na bi mu support nkrofo but ni mu say edusa na obetumi aye afa no no saa but the mura say we hear practical ideas the true nature and no input no be say no de ndam it yes won papa. So next time, how can you even implement free SHS for so many years without a review? Without academic or whatever review? You say you don't want to review anything. It's bad.
And so within 5 months, have you been able to review?
Oh no, so the president of the Republic of Ghana put some team together and of stakeholders in India, including Kofi Sarabo, Obi education EBR or the one Kotanase. I catch on say young education you know a problem. Mama young share baby to Kuruneda. Wanga kwa tenase. Obe blueprint no whatever ba. Ne fe ye dia eden ye dia ye adwuma. Nti president are you ready? So betumi aboa. Na teachers na won na won aso ye den na won antie na about 19 of them. So we wojina prosecution we try on. And a headmasters na one the one who say one am sheni no one who confirm one adwuma babo no one what you won film is say no and no matter the integrity of this examination that we produces this it if you na kworo aban ne nkoso anonya ne saa parent nso ye hu biribi enya mo ma yen kasa enya aban no na odede ba enti sa de nko yi a wo se wonka mo ma yen ka no ma yen future no enti bi nye enyina ho ye ma yen.
Okay, answer na meda awaledi Hayford the Asamaba said the mass failure is because the exams more practices was reduced this year period until Hayford the awode aba enono Sandra Enede Sandra Wusu. Good morning. Our leaders are just playing with our children's education in the name of politics. It is very, very sad. Okay, what a country. Inti Sandra Diawode Abanono Sabria Yekase. So Mama Frederick the Entoa so okay, Frederick the on the sort on credit. Abana, please tell your panelists that they should remove their glasses. We want to see. I want to see their Perry William Watson. Dear and no. Okay, Perry, you Matson. It's also more person when you feel it. Okay. Yaka say Awal Mohammed NPP Communication Team member. Nanki Esheni mo say honorable ni quite titles global unfortunately or no one Awal and Ababisi Nanawa Kwaba. Maybe Abokode. Your poor WASSCE student candidate result. Chief examiners reports should guide solutions. Meaning say Enra we expect for some more atuja. Also so Enra a PA abontene no what hunu be a kenkan din penfo achire wo madwene wo de emfa someone embo himfo.
You me that's Maminchia, Yashefo, near Tifonina, Mincham Penifo, Dika Casa, Menkasa Medas for this opportunity. And person who me brandy Dean Senebe, I was a pain Felix. Yes. Was a penny at the party, and I was your penny, unfortunately, one tracky, not buying no crown, the Omoye in terms of education. Because tracky and Kawanka said there are experts are Omoye who are Juman in a kega. NDC manifesto omo can say first 100 days omo ye commitment on education omo can say omo be convene national dialogue on education. Okay, omo ye ekohia wo ho omo ye no man frɛ Catholic bishops or man frɛ Christian council omo schools nyina to the extent that they had to complain and write to them asa no mo frɛ omo akɔho ni bi ama omo akɔtena se adwendwen ye school no ho asɛm enti experts bi ani baabi a omo ye adwuma bia they completed their work and submitted to Haruna and Haruna ho adwuma. That is one. Two is that me nua nimpon same mother same father echo senior high schools free senior high school bi obi eno wo twa PTA mu. There was parents association mako every year na me call
no
they try any set they try dues abai absorb the dues but they call us for meetings.
PTA.
Yes. I say ebia obushani ankwa just say
yeah buy no reinstate PTA me na me say houses
no parents association
houses no and be one man no call for meeting na parents na akwa kushia but as to say PTA
yes parents teachers no no parents association instead of parents teachers internet teachers and couple
okay
exactly so the parents me call job in senior high school not less than twice. Me call Amas girls. Omu mi nyina girls no omu nyina ewie Amas girls. Ba ku wie just this year omu mature. Me call parents association meetings not less than twice. So obi eni ho utwa PT the name PT no. Ye free ho ye the parents association but abai so absorb the dues. Na first ni ye tua no eti de na parents ni nya ne se omo support ama ye de sisi dan ne na keka ho o kai se ye start free secondary school no awu for ko share ye WASSCE girls e kan se omo atuetue sika omo beto plant ama school no you remember in 2018 e ma kan se da bi abai ka se o absorb them se omo agu for no e na kan se omo pese omo ye se na be ya omo nkola betibe e de no ko share there was parents association omo ye so me nuamu a omo di machi echo school a me akọ parents association amakọ Dwabe senior high school. I have even okay the phone there I can let throw your friends say even text message I will send them mommy na me call meeting for the meetings that mako meetings and also na again was it COVID time obi ko fa ne ba ya ka say mpeni man fa ne ba. I'm even surprised he's even talking about this COVID time no they say obi a novel yare na bai nti se obi enya yare na ye hunu wia e de na ye contact tracing okay me akohwe e fa hin na ofai oba ha na okọ ha ekọ ha nti na ye akọ ye test ni pa omo ne nyina no ewo it is obi nya COVID within an environment I am person ni pa omo environment no kwa be pie because you sure say bia ni pa na nya but I exhibit after 3 days or 4 days if you cry 1 week asana aba at that time no enkola no school no se COVID kwa wo school no a ye bin ma ofa akola no nko because we no kwa bia na the COVID na kofie e bia na wa catch but within the period that was the explanation that was given at that time I can say ye bin ma ofa akola no nko because we the akola no kwa obi enya COVID no school mo ho ye nim se oni no so enya contact emma at least etimi nya na etiye man nka ho na enya contact tracing within the schools so say ye dey no ebosubo a enye yi that is the second one again you see the SCN run me hwe ye no me woro ho pa looking at the number of people I was saying ka omoko tertiary institution enye university kwa tertiary institutions ni nyira 51% enko unim de enti ama ye yema hihye pa ye dede nani who antro a wo ka se 220,000 in 2013 nipa omo qualifier on betimi akọ school nyina out of 100% 23% 23 in 2013 in 2014 32% it is 68% unqualified person betimi akọ tertiary institution again 2015 now 25% ya buy the 2016 32% ya buy no you that trajectory first thing I say started the STEM education because we show our passing now ye failure no now science and maths so here started free secondary school no we started with STEM education science and maths technology education is starting it is starting you know mass na omo pass e wo Ghana ha nyina no equal 32% no move ko around 40 something percent for the first year gradually and ebedru ya edu by 60 something percent. It has said the SC and no as you see the issue of this country when at momo time no kra no enough current vice president and education minister no nipa secondary school omo timi ko school and even 30%. Omo bet to university they are not even up to 30%. But they buy no ye regional STEM centers in every region. Accra Academy, you're turning into STEM center, into quality because science on or Accra.
So why are we having this?
I'm coming. Send me build a point and to be true. So we share with your friends STEM centers. Yes, STEM senior high school Smakumaku 11. Bako El Pasenke in the northeast region. Bako El Awaso in the with your friends Western North. Bako El Wejahaya. You start primary and JSS and also STEM. You say akwala no start maths and science or primary JSS. Ebeboa ukojwa bia this year. It's still gone. Before Arayan, it's you primary and JSS. You starting busonchi ebisisi. So we felt that let's invest heavily on maths and education. So the be a bit menya doctors, nurses, and engineers, because we need to science. And that was the reason we got to where we got to. A bedroom baby away. Okay, be about. Yeah, talk. Your man Kolana po. Starting with Jabi. Chudwa could be a senior.
Past questions.
Yeah, Debbie. Okay, say Omo can say Oma po and two. That is true. Sana Omo kan. Omo si Oma po.
Kolano Omo kan.
Kolano sana Omo kan. Yes, Omo can say Oma po no and two. Starting with Chudwa could be a senior high school Kolano. Ibikurano. Northern region Hobe Upper East. Ama Omo can say almost be trying to zero in the Kega. The noble idea and say me na be JSS. By virtue of the fact that na me masse na yama misika ko waek. Uko waeka. Udi be one city kwa it ma pass questions be brave. Na dey aba, na dey be suade. Your secondary school no na your top pass questions obi a top pass question wa ha. Say obi unibia utimi kwaji unua de na why photocopy just to prepare yourself for exams. So aban hu say obi a ebia on regional capital a why office wa ebia obetimi akoto ana say ehiani badi a untimi nkoto pass question to prepare himself for exams. Aban ye say obeto pass questions na mom na ya guide o no mature exams. So don't forget that WAEC, West African Examination Council. Before say no
and it's not buying a bear most or top pass questions and
students. And he bought it and gave it to them. Yehusu so I Ghana in the last 6 years at top Africa. In the last 6 years, ya top Africa. You say ye omo pass it obia top 3 na Ghana kwala. Omo Nigeria for any other countries in the tro. So upon all the tro ya account in top. Again, enkwala umbejina your friend saying science and maths quiz upon a would be science and maths quiz Lamin them that free your friend say Volta regional say all school abu chiro upon akwala na o adeso na ochakwen simbe 16 kilometers kwa no eme o call UK first degree or blood distinction or mama masters na PhD so on yento aso also upon all the you see you don't denigrate it. No problem about. Let's look at how we can solve the problem. Obia actually say 6 months into me from prepare Obia so functional exams. Catch say only what he's talking about. I'm a teacher. I was trained as a teacher. Again, you know from 3 years. What is happening is that school no emma attention here by so from 3. Obia go secondary school bia. This is one go secondary school bia. But who go secondary school from 3? First term, second term, especially second term and third term. Yet remember, day students who can be mobile boarding. Now yet, tactics in writing exams in the account. And you're money because you see, who call even job interviewer, you go for tutorials because you be behind the women. It's possible say women, but you don't know how to answer questions. Like I said, Madam Fubi, X life here, one call classes, control SSC. Otro no. When you C++ bebre. O catch me say the ha ne kese pa ne say we will still time on questions. So say questions in the no woni nyina. But what be copy say we. But these are things that who secondary school I kira say ofa pe de wonim pa no twontem never de wonim no na kira taxes ni nyina na odi atro. So a very important obi catch say in the last 6 months obi for 6 months for last 6 months now we're preparing for exams now I know it's say on to preparing for exams or what a day in the teacher for
6 months
6 months no they can prepare them to write any exams 6 months. I'm telling you because that is what happens in every school. That is one. Two is that make bisa who say teacher for no omo de anije na ye adwuma na you started free secondary school who say akwani problem kakra wo ho teacher for no any workers how mo adwuma school mu hu nyina yenim so mo problem kakra because nkola be doso eti o say yenso ye boa wo ye di allowance ma ko miensa bai bako allowance a ye tua ma omo wo ye friends say first year January and ye tua sa allowance no edema omo sa allowance no your friend teacher contingency also be allowance in the the brown one na area to school na account mo no ma chama workers na including pantry for ne na keka ho as a motivation for them sa allowance na buy one tua kra the continuous professional development allowance any digital allowance so be kan ho eno so na nka wo so tua and also a buying tua
within 6 months and on copy some of furniture and one tua
the occurrence will be tua kra ne so occurrence will be tua ne September last month occurrence will be tua last month no e ba he no na eni ho teacher for starting there also I am from so adentina obi enya wo say that when tua ticket ni bia ba kokra ka o controller general will start here so na am from so again eduane enkola ni di you position o mudia papa ntia ba a part of NDC manifesto manifesto on education o so mo ba aduane a you supply from central government or the Bama teacher headmasters no ma ko edwom no ma ko to aduane na ba ene according to Haruna Idrisu o mo yes experiment no headmasters o mo feeding kwala ni eti ama o maje if mo 70 this academic year o mo first can enfama headmasters bio. So even feeding was a problem.
Okay.
Within the last 6 months. And we don't have any problem when you know about. Dear ye can you na ye ka kosi say when you know ye no ye review sir. Ye looking at what is happening today. But the most important thing say the Awal kind say the expert na kai no. You know the chief examiner's report now. And no na bema ye hu baby a e na ye say na invigilation and ekoso. You see in 2013 23 and kwalani pasi ya nipa makoma 10 West Africa nyina 2023 missing 2023 West Africa nyina no yakase kwalana top 10 students in na omonya Ghana for President Mahama kujira be ko kase ya mankwalana ko pay it 2024 omonya invigilation NC die in the history of this country schools makoma 314 you would hold do resource the resource ni buy na school nyina resource na yaso omo say there be omo suspect fifimu ahwe se ampa no kure pa se omo troya ene enkwala omo tro exams this year no schools na ya wuri hold omo results 184 so between timer you share because papeni no onye peni bia sao this is someone who was aspiring to be president of Ghana and a former president ebe ka say yaman kwala no copy so why intense 314 out of 1,000 school, 1,000 school. But 30% of the schools they will do resource in now. And now, omuye shishemu ebi release. Bukari ebanu omukra ebi su ama omo aye ni akeka. It is a okacha say eno na ema omo ntimi anya. Yem bisa ye ho say enkwala e tertiary institution ene. 80% of enkwala tertiary institution na e free senior high school graduates. It is a ene ye catch them say nurses are every school are by nyina is substandard teacher for omo ba ya omo school in the last 3-4 years nyina is substandard omo university ene omo university in the last 4 years nyina no substandard omo nyina a product of the free senior high school omo nyina Oko university bia tertiary institution bia enkwala e wo hu nyina no free senior high school
me da say Awal me da say messages ni bia ba mamfa ebinfemu ansana ya to so Eric Bentum edi about say per the submission from the NDC man, can we therefore also say someone deliberately failed the students to reduce the burden on the NDC stress-free policy for first year? We say Yasama Obisa Saso ena keke kaswa ediaba. Also, the government have to employ the youth to work and stop unnecessary things and jokes. Oh, I said the kind very important to Mr. Menkasa Papa Echo. Few months for my exams. I want to stay in the school. Okay, I want to stay in the school. Danny from Belgium. Okay, this guy. Okay, Makacho. Mr. Wasam no the banner say I'm sorry, mean to me and kind emfa emma. Now optimistic Ediaba. Awal Mohammed okay. Kwamina is in fact it is okay, yo. I love how the panelists are comporting themselves, but I know one will start his thing soon. Won't mention names. Okay, so don't mention any name because nobody will start anything. Emmanuel Wilson, this is why okay. Who told you we are all free SHS students? We say boy Gabriel, and so they are what they abba and no. Yet but I say me say and 80% because I mean say maybe a we 10 years ago say but about 80% of all those in tertiary institutions okay mate yo boko conflict mediation oral Asani parties embrace after final meeting Asante Hine to present peace plan to President Mahama and ye something Kenya me check aside ye tanse nra na mediation e koso no utwa homfo hine e de by Asana do bokata no so e de abase e ya fa enu mienu ni nyina wo mu ano mo mata no nkomo mkodi ende na ye kokoa mu asem na mom omu pie ya wo mo ba no ne safa no obi etutu powder de gu ne ho wonhwe we say lawyer no aba ba chia we say na we die ano mu di nkomo fe nti ehwe ni mo ne na papers na de abeto edwa wo che mu say His Royal Majesty Otumfo Setutu or say Sabi de odini nyina aba na wie ye nkomodi a ekoso na die nhyehyɛ ya wo honom no anasa report ya wo ho de bekwa akoma eyo mampanyini na na montu esese o mampanyini etu no na kyese wahwe so etu fa ya mehya se e de free ho
I am not saying may some quick you be ketchup. I can say 2013 14, 15 there about no. Conform past year no. About 23 between 23% to 30%.
32
to 32%. Yes. And we are seeing in 2025. And so say more passing no. More 48%.
Yes, 48.
Now you see there's you must understand what every society needs. It's not about quantity but quality. And say 2013 ho urban percentage of those who passed no lesser. It should tell you the quality of systems or measures that were put in place under that government. Why is it that the same government comes again and then this time around your 50% that you were saying that they passed and more no? Now we are seeing a reduction because they have put back the same measures. I say non copy. That is not to say time on 2013 14 etc. not young copy. But some measures needed to be put in place. We if you also past question. It is not the responsibility of advisor on past questions and farmer students. We have never practiced this until mobile them.
For I know one say no say in the way it's so very relievable the burden on parents be on one kasa past questions.
My past questions
because yes free SHSE by na ni nyina yes a wofo binum entimi sikasem ho edema wo mu
past questions between 12 cities and 15 cities
the
people less
now say na amount and total amount in here saying
about 32 million
64
number of students so are here the koma wo mu.
Yes, and you must understand so say even that You see, people just
it
was sent to the schools by the number of the people there.
It was one of the scandals. It was one of the scandals of the previous administration. Top past questions. I can say the last 6 years, no, Ghana students are not top here. Yes. They topped because the practices were so heavy.
And then why you know medical doctors?
Look at it. You can't say what favorite you see, let's reduce the discussion to that. He said because I'm top here, and they don't top me.
They are topping it at the university.
So that the university when they out concern before there were not good materials for university.
Which university?
Legon can't be. Other universities can't.
Which Legon? That is not true.
We have been told that university these days, no.
Some individual NBC lecturers
and then those say headmasters.
Yes.
Your promises say the headmasters. Yes, and they fulfill that promise. If they have realized that there's a problem and they have gone to reverse it. What is wrong about that? It means that there are prudent measures. If you don't follow the prudent measures, we will take it back.
And when they say trust,
anyway, what do you have? And this topic, I have a serious interest in it because there's something happening with baby so Ghana. Now, first of all, no better for us. Now, you're the president, no so I say. As the President of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Now you sign that a handful, and then go for a power more, or Muko share or man share. Now and then, yet in some day. Sabra, chieftaincy dispute. I'm fashion or man beer. Litigation, master train. I'm from Puntum or man beer. As I most of the areas are Ghana are deprived of certain social amenities. No, the fact say I remember, and that I use it as an example. Back in the 90s, now there was this chieftaincy dispute being Tawantawa Kakra. It was a also area western of where I am free. Now the NPP and this are buying the soldier for the go. For years on end. 83 Mohammed be also happening. A comma ba na ese sika e die mpuntu nyuma ho no en assembly no be feed soldier for no and I say na ban be feed wo enti ebedum pempe so aban na nsem agogo enti akuafo a mo ho no within the catchment of western north no e ho na soldier for mo tu mo cars mo muntu ya trucks akesera na mo ndam fu member ma mo titi bi ye ba ye bi sanse hon ye fu ni e bi apan di an say hon ye kosra ni ye twa bi da bi it's like they are going for excursion omo ndam ba bi o hu fu bi na mo tie sim so body o ha I'm not sure you no mo twa nti impuntu djuma ebo se you also anasa western of period no for some years nti it is so everywhere. Another example which is not related to say chieftaincy, but would you be a course was a chepa, a course or a Sefibian by emphasis? It's a say, Covitinto, a converse up to date. It is a dent on Sefi say, Yakunipa. And even to post somebody there, no, so Sefokunipa, but that is not the case. In crime. And I say across the country, you couldn't pay everywhere, every day, more or less, or at least every month, you will be a comedian, every 6 months, because will be a comedian. But that particular killing of Kofi Kinson, I know for Dimoko for rituals. No, I feel that print media, no, colored album. I remember all these things very well. Now you print, no more your front page, no pay colored, and maybe a middle page. Into your combine, for the first time, you say, Nipa, Equa, Nipati, I channel. Omani Nabutoye. Those people were killed. Me feel Sefi Eba and Crime. Na me wachiri ha ya jolu. Di jolu JSS ana me kono. Ye beza debi amekasa asemi. Ye beza ni e friend na librarian ni friend Sadiq. Otiala I think so. Na ye Sefi for ho no. Na mo free spare parts. Until up to date, who can say we post to teacher going akose Sefi area. O ma dream na say you kunipa because you are sure motive ko fikin trap dos na basis and penteswe enso nkran you kunipa che obi a na nche say nkrafo na ekunipa right
ko kunja banyina say ko
you see until it has happened so until baby biara awudie wo no mputujuma elake wo and it is great in the northern part of this country where nkrofo adja to mo say ompese mo de ntawantawa assassinity ntokwanti chieftains inti omo kunipa for no reason yakotuhwe ehye bus so na ya bonko fotu enti nkrofo ba ho abaye mputujuma omo suro. I commend the chiefs not just accept say no abajia tum say ya smoke peace pipe. One person taking it upon themselves to educate their people in their language. This information about supply more information vans, in my opinion. No one found call into the villages to tell the people say we are one people, no matter where you are coming from. No young children no ma say omo ekosoya enfampo to juma emaho. No investor as we speak we want to go to a certain part of the northern region, say Okwakoye investment. Because one, and a typical example is Boko conflict. Boko so anchor because of the fact that I hear say Omu very versed in business, trade in Sanoma, and can couple with Incoform also by investing on and can Boko beer and Kebia. There's competition in this country in terms of Omu development. So yet, you know. We can never stoke fire, say, but no, it is wrong. Until you publish it, you have better for this one. The bit me I can say, some medium Kasiwi. You the better publish say, Nipokum, difficult, but some of you find it easy to do. And yeah, dear, a bed buamo. Muntia my hand for me. Resolution a bebaha no recommendations are your bed or body bano. No matter which tribe you are all human beings first, and we are all Ghanaians second. And please, whether politicians or businessmen are more benefited from these entire across the world, the northern part. You're pamocho. Look, you can build 1,000 houses in Ghana, and I say, yes, single person with you. One day, you are here to be and a bit more. So you are here born with crop, and no crop and the hawker. But so big question cannot be joined to travel. And will be a boa papa no the tree be so a boa. It's animalistic, ye pamocho. Ye pamocho until the be a pamocho. The northern part of Ghana and every part. And in conclusion, I would send a special message to the IGP and probably even the president. Per my investigation, and I said, no, Mama Matitino, in Suatre, there's a similar situation at Eboboba.
Okay.
And on Mampanyino Sayuti, and no, even apart from Mampanyino, the local government minister, our Emma Dafo, now IGP, so Ghana Police Service. A whole name say, or him or Honetoya. It is a ban, say, so Mode. Na your gate who so mo supply o mo do mo nkrofo eba na mo vetu mo na yeji obi em say when you want to kakra bi ba ho o hema no e the key emma the friend say ni fahene emma make the command police commander no wo at the time say because of intantanti key ni koda ahimfie police key no yemfa command police for nenda ho regional commander no later no or the key no be na jase hene Kino ohima de come or the ma a fence ni fan some fan come police for
and no fetch is not the bridge jase I don't know what's
yes ohima no so free until there's the need for restoration until ahimfie no nkasa kuopo no nkofo a me mate so mote ho nkofo ba say na bi o mote sa ahimfie no o mote ho in custody say omo so ama gate bi. Meanwhile, no, as we speak, no, you a substantive or any me bo had bia baranka your friend obrimpon na na kwan kwesi the friend say the third into other gate no so e compete
okay
into say aban and as a local government minister and a Ghana police service so man kwhwe no man to e man safo no be say ko no yamfa kwa enche bi besi yes awa. And these are the things that say on man.
But there be a mechanism chieftaincy dispute. The way it's say
I'm telling you,
and the certain is unlimited to chronic pay. The environs near the now, so it's me affected.
Intermediate, Mr. Oman Pay, Mr. Local Government Minister, Mr. IGP, Sir in Suatre issues now me Martin. Almost solve now and go for other things like Boko de Ama.
Okay, I was a penny.
In the Abia Medase, now. No corny. I was saying the nature, not topic into being cut. You mean in nature. Uncle, non-co check it 2018, 2019. One Casa one result I will produce you. No, 2013, 2014, to 2015. 2013.
That's also we
30 seconds. 2013. Enipa qualify 2013 2014 academic you know not 2013 year 313,846 but the following year no 2014 2015 percentage you see what percentage now mo figure on cash here okay increase e could do 333,817 2024 2014, 2015. 20,000 students within a single academic year. Ghana you should tell them that one.
So you
understand? Because there is uncle to 2018, 2019. Don't go here. You just go to hide down. You will see. Me call one and Casa report. Me na not time when you go to me guy. It's one fan tour. Now you can say what Baba say. If you mean you and the president, former government, what they say in school education, people don't want to say it.
Why almost saying
what to be proper.
Creating, avenue for more father donor to have access to the education and not necessarily.
I know you can push everybody in education. Some friend kasa to I confirm with the Jamaians say when you buy, I confirm some friend and kasa. Ever out to the car say when you power what the man want and told he said it here and I thank God for my integrity is intact.
I buy now poor out there mama
he said also student no cocaine also student no kasa abete I can say I pay now what the man want no he said it here yo maybe I catch your ball you got the he confirmed what I said
say enkwalano no krese enkwalano ekogina ye ekokan sansam no. But the only thing they say, yeto na mawo, which is a matter of public records. Ukra wabo price no. For we are saying past questions. Ene toma wina. Se no fan prepare. Obi anto apo. One to apo.
Onim.
It means
okay. Awa.
You know you go many no. You see. Mami ka se me chero. The Ikosu Yan, young Iowa, you bet me, I say, see no evil, hear no evil. No damn, we are not in this country. No school for you, never bad me drive and say, it's many years had any be that. And my maybe and be an arm a bar, you know. We know where yes, I know. I could do them in a war. I would to be a side the moment said the bar passing no any in our sorry, I'm not mosque. No, shall the burning war.
What's happening? I count 3 minutes or 5 minutes. Why is it 2 minutes? CCA.
I mean, I'm to another man.
It's in there. One also because of the address. One you also do
stakeholders here say okay, o ko ya no no akọfa by say ye refi Catholic bishop for
3 minutes.
E mo won san begetum. Was that begetum mo buy aba na de won ka ni aba on it's a listening down. It was about 300 stakeholders. 300 stakeholders and I no one good near can say ye nuano ma eye boku ensem sebi wondi na ya normally menye yinti bi o ma na ma kire wato ba bi say kusasi na mampusi na nanka o say ofuntum bereku de nche bereku ya no ma won afurubom enso wodidi a wofum na dua biara batabo biara ni twaitwana na mpayi no fuaka se tiniti enka enkyeresa abontin suni emefa nkodi koko ne ma ena dede ma ena chawe ma wonyina ye korobofo ma ntumo pa kyerɛ sɛ mampusi ni kusase fon wonware won hoda obi mfa ne ba ma obi aware da obi ni obi ankotena classroom da obi ni obi nya adwuma obi no bi ntu kwan kohia wa abrochira na ama no neda. So what is all these things? Yem papa sabi no ka me bi ache ano so mame abrewa bi onama no ko hu se mofra marema abobor wo park so na bor na wo boni kikikikikiki unse wo ko na bigini wo yapimu ya hwefom bura na wo ya yise na refresh ya be ni adon ti ase ti ogina wa no fru bi te then I didn't know na mo frɛ wo prepare wo ho wo kontokɔ puship no so a wearing away the ball na when I didn't see what's on a pool go post learning we so the wobi na wo ngai wa ha no so wo boboro na na ekoto pool no ma kyese wo ngadi nkodim e wo we mo so we mu nso yesa na wo kudu a na wo adi nkodim na ma me aberewa no ni ninti de wo kudigidi sai and why you say prepare one who you say be motor for man ya ne ade and we so we mu the ball no aka we mu na ho no fa nkoto poro no we are we mu so ye no wanya na sa fa nkoto poro na nya dodo asem ni titie ni ani tire me di kan ka se tiniti nka je sa bonten so ni ba sa ntokwa na mo ya wo kan bi chieftaincy dispute no sa crisis no dangerous progress development in koso education hospital into una why yes am a doctor gba if you want so we am kawa ana uti power hin how beko awo kawunia ana sebi yemfa asem nto ba bi na wakwa akonya akwanhia hin how beko de man da munyina mu ya busuya koro yesire mu bebre yenuanom sese mampani aba or the assembly kwakoma otumfuo otekokwo so ene ne mpanofo won afrefre mo mama kokama numa asem ne ade nyina afa ne afa kana asem ofie chi eni abofono se mo kwakofie wi a na mu bi anko ne fe ho anye pe ye de beto bible ho se obi onum nyansa oteso okrama na obefe no wakofa ne fe nti kusasifo ene mampusifo yesre mo niamon kokoye ne kyerɛ sɛ akana mambrem ene me menim sɛ mo bi yɛ Christians mo bi nso yɛ Muslimifo kyerɛ sɛ mo bi yɛ nyinaa kyerɛ sɛ dia yakɔfe ofe na yafe agu hɔ no enya dia yɛ bɛsan akɔ yɛ mfe no ho biem mo nkasa ankyerɛ Ghana fo nyinaa na mo kasa ankyerɛ sa Ghana fo nyinaa sɛ yɛ nyinaa yaka bom sɛ dia kwakohyia na me yɛ fɛ ne sɛ ade be ye fene ye anije ahom kan se wo kwan no wo ma fi ahemfi wo nyina no epie na mena wo pie no na e gba wo mu ni se wo nyina bo modin ene wo ngachitafu nyina ma won sa so wo ngadi nkodim kusase fu pie wo so wo ngadi nkodim man prisi fu pie wo ngadi nkodim ni nyina kire se e ya de ba ko a e be boa omo e ya de ba ko a e be boa oman no ne Ghana man atumi atumpon ntokwa mfohwe ma kwesi ni kwadwo nti sesisia mu yesade na yawo ya bo modin se fa se wo kusasi me ye mampurusi na me ne wa kuntokwa na nyame ncha de ye nyina akwa kopue wa manone se kuhie hu US e bia World Cup e beba yi ya kwa kuhie ho ni se kwa support Black Stars ha ni hu wa metu mechi awo da bia me bete no betumi abete na ho se ye hwe na ye bisa ne me wo nyina tu ni ye mputu boku ye ti boku nyale o boku nye kuro bia ye kitikiti kura boku ye enipa wo ye warriors.
That's my hometown.
Oh, yeah. I never knew this. Yes, you see, yes, but the whole thing is a you need to be a boku. You can't yet take boku. No, you to boku. I would say, yeah, also you feel boku. You should be a one more thing. Not when you yam or some man kasa wrong.
Yes, business
guys.
We are friends in Ayarga.
Yes,
Mahama Ayarga.
Mama Ayarga.
Me mami. Hey, mom pusini.
Na papa
kusasi.
Can you imagine?
So he is just in the middle.
In the middle.
And you know, almost to be a fee. And that's how it is. So, said now, what can say our US? It's not even about US. Accra. Only in the uni area, Marco.
Yes.
And to quanti, when you know to Accra. Maybe I'm not share office. I will be to my friend. That's the question. You understand? Because even Accra, share Oko Techimai, Kumasi. Any Accra ha baby a business ni nyina homo nyina fi boko almost homo nyina
yes
because a hono na ye business center even today ukọ boku kurom ho you be shocked say aha na ekono even today ho ye shichen even in Bolga but unfortunately in Tokano ama normal be bria say in the last 10 years nipa wu hono it is uncountable dudu a etimi hu any day debiano bo say media kakra kanu ya kase ya kutena ya kuba more than 100 see so we busuani wo ho ana wo be hu pa say ampa wo beti say the entire house ya kwapo wipe wo nyina
I remember
so ade no enhu chen de ye hu no de me de pa ni say enra epie say de wa kan no omo pie ye no obi e hage ne lawyer obi e hage say o ya dinkuni enu kire wo say ye betimi enya your friends lasting peace na ye nyina no ye pe wo ho no hwe de si wo dagon omukoya for years eminent chiefs no otumfo e de animu na yiri ene your friends yagunwura e ka bomu etena ase omuye ya timi ya omuma lasting peace by intene ye identify obi ase wo ya budu obi adani unsa nipa no wo ya dagomba ni eno an dagomba and they are living in harmony now since I see any na bibia see into time otumfo start you know in 2024 okay say we started this mediation of Boko around 2023 no na offer omo faction by faction one ka omo mom offer first faction and omo buy no tenase and osan Fred other faction omo buy omo tenase in 2024 NC still na a faction na but 2025 and o start efre omo kabum it won say omo nyina no eba na omo de omo reps nyina aba first nkra ne omo ba say ya mass supporters number area ho because omo ba so wafa here Malaysia area ho omo hu say the entire area security for around ho nyina but I know the mihu ya na manhu huge security compared to tamana offer omo na oye mediation no and me hu say ampa I said who said there will be some lasting solution to the AC no
and even those who live within exactly they also come
because you see adiano akwa to the extent that in Ashanti region Kumasi this is about 3-4 months ago ohene ba akwa wo me pese me bo your friends say tribe ni din but wo furu boko ho ono so etini fi anim asawase
yes
ya be bonu to oku ya bonu to oku no affecting you because unu say 3 months ago ya the curfew etu asawase and its environment say ye nhye eye smoke after 6 p.m. me call asawase community center pharmacy bi wo ho badamfo bi pharmacy na me call ho metna hwa madubo be 5 something say hey who if say yenhye smoke because if be a ten crowd police barrier nyina ewo ho ena me tu me car me kodu aboabo ase ho a na car no age no ho
Oh,
Mr. Smoke. Me who found me that day, pa. Because
I
exactly.
Sir, Obekaya, Sasam, we will about smoke, but Hakai. Say potentials in the north. And I say, task, you say, smoke, no, do you produce food not in part of.
Yes.
This are a common buy. Now, a cobane say, we share smoke as so. Do you know the implications? A baby bedroom pempers will be to say, yes.
Yes. I just outside.
Any other person will share smoke. Smoke is a traditional way. You say film of what?
I don't know this now. Say, I left here. If you phone Kasai, but my name is Oma left here. What is a motorbike? Sukrano, it will be a banning for.
So that is it. And this issue aba ayefa WASSCE enkwada omo feli hono. Abusiafo enya ade bia me mega meka say eye new to me. It has become rampant these days, but mama yen sebe na yen kan okra ewo. All this while no, you know say a lot of things go on, and I say enyema bibie koso e wo yesuku mu a teacher for ni parents ni. But I mean say we no aye too yebeka say aye too it is me hu brofo kra me nsu. What na me cho na say ene na akwa eza ma obi e kan bi keke, but no kwase me wom ni say saade we akoso bibie we yesuku mu. And the reason why ama we pagya pa bra free SHS buy no. So mobeka from 2020 to 2023 or so. Aban ne sheda. Aban ne yeden sheda ekoto past questions at the bra SHS students some solve. Enti se aban koto past questions at the bra SHS ebia mun solve na mun fanko exams a. And as a monfanko exam so intention ne say students no they always senior as the normal topics for the year term na say for the whole 3 years na say 2.5 years na work spend no obed or the ono beto ono na the focus akwaye on the past questions aban akoto, because when you say specifically no sa questions no say tie bia no questions on best set film no, it will revolve and as it will just come from that book no makota momo no. Enti no se basa na share students ni kutupa say you rely on this. You rely on this particular thing. But do you know why e basa no obi aka na no tum okrum ha. Oh aban si ene a past questions anko no. Omu kwanya ombefa so ombeden ombesua ade na omo atwe omo exams na omo pass. That is why and you a lot of failures. That is why you enkofo omo fail the percentage akoso, because ohe percentage from 2023 omo fail commerce na omo ye somewhere around 41 to 42%. And 2024 and so 2023 no 2024 and so 49%. But this time around attract there was the half of it, which means I escalated. And when Kevin Taylor may share no or suggest adibi. I was a parent teachers association I can tiawa PT I was a emrebedra omushemukena. Because teacher ni bi na adwen ye ni say oh say de me nkra ekwotre ehonum na nikuku aso. And you know it, we have a lot of schools obi ebetimi akọ opokuware, obi betimi akọ school akese ya jijidin amuka zen Saint Juan, a lot of schools, you know it. But obetra na nipa no we free say school honum na okọ other school. Because when you say the school they are going to what? They are going to tightening things. I be very difficult for the person to what? Or no anka so dignity better. Enti so oko other schools bi te say me pese me body your schools bebre oko on form 1 na omo 50 form 2 omo 60 e do form 3 nipa no 1000 which means enkofo bebre abe register our mobile because they know what goes on in the school. And this our parent teachers association no so omo am shemu kena na omo antena se ehu se ye ba no se ye mpese omo di apo betro. Enti teachers munchire nkora na ye nya abanya se mu teachers munchire nkora na de na teachers nso ehu se awofo mo ba no omo ba fia they should also learn na omunja isa social media thing na we say na we kita say we say akwara ti dormitory hey before some go train videos be dormitory we say no more record the video ye na esu enim say SHS no omu yusu ukọ dormitory omu yusu fun ho enti no because of say parent teachers association no emu alusu emu agoni enti no all these things goes on in our campuses and I say in our dormitories without say yebe pay as a papa bi aka fa ho enti sa teacher parents ankom homom na omo anhye niemu kina hey let me tell you next year no ebeye worse. This is not a case because the more it goes no the more the what the failure because o should be adwin so the phone dey wuram because no obey omo kan AI no wabo omo kan AI no wabo but we hu say examiner no so o mark no o ye smart e che ho anye say bia omo try bebre no omo hu de omo anti question na say na say omo deviate from questions no let me tell you hey ebinu ho no omo try but the way and manner how they approach the question no and then my examiners no enya hints yakofo ya bapo and you can say the whole hall and I say one hall na answer ni na ya bako what do you expect it is hard you ya beto honum sa no enye just simple matter but Ghana je be kan for 1 week we twem a let me tell you see obi enkan wasim bio ye beti ho asim biwa next year and I say 2026 almost an twe no mo feel sebi na me mfa sama almost an feel ema percentage ni kwa ni mo ye besi aka eno se ye be kan 1 week acha 2 weeks ye nti ho asim bio ene na ema o mai we nko nanim no asemba obi e be kan bi but yen suggest problem na yen solve issues no ene no bi asem ba ni obi e ka e di aginim no eno nti ensem no eno no kira wadwen comment section ni bye bye.